Welcome back to Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. My name is Ricky, and today we're going to continue in the Triple Crown Rally in Australia with the next few stages.
Okay, give it your best.
That's it? Just give it your best?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so today's stages are, come on, thank you. Are going to be shorter and then shorter and then longer. But I don't know how long this episode is going to be, so I sort of didn't tell you anything about them beginning on purpose. So, I have a couple things I want to talk about today, but we'll just cut right through there. Screw taking a sharp corner, we'll just drive over some. But first, I want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen as we move through this tournament, through this championship. So the first two events, the U.S. event and the Australian event, sort of kind of lured me into a false sense of security, because Spain has three 10-mile stages. And then I think Wales has 2. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I hate Spain enough as it is. You know? So I really, really, really don't want to have to deal with Spain and 10-mile-an-hour stages. So there's that to look forward to. Although I do think that Sweden, the last event, I don't think they have any 10-mile stages. 10-mile-an-hour stages would be worse. You can only go 10 miles an hour. It would take me an hour to finish those stages. It would suck. Instead of 10 minutes plus, you know. So that's gonna happen. I don't think we'll be changing the difficulty, even though I know I've been talking about how we're beating everybody by so much. But I really want that stage, the standings buffer, the points buffer. That's the way I was going to describe it. So if you're new to watching my series, then every championship is determined by a points system, and depending on how well you do in each of the events, you get a certain amount of points. So if you win, you get 25. If you come in second, I think you get 18 or 22. I don't remember off the top of my head. And so winning 2 events would give me 50 points, and put whoever comes in second, whoever's in second place, significantly behind us. So that way, if we bomb Spain for whatever reason, if we bomb Spain for whatever reason, we don't lose too much ground. Come on, woo! Power sliding on the side. That's always fun. So I'm going to stop being so disappointed that we win by a lot. Right now we're winning by approximately a minute, which is a great buffer. 1 whole minute is an excellent buffer. It's actually just shy of a minute. It's 59 seconds-ish. It actually might be 58-point-something seconds. I can't 100% remember. But yeah, it's basically 59 seconds for all intents and purposes. And so I think I'd rather dominate as much as I can in case Jamie doesn't dominate in Spain, because that is her and mine weakest country that we race in, and I don't know why. I genuinely do not know what it is at all. I don't understand it. I wish I understood it.
Caution, crest, left 2.
I don't
60
know if
through
it's
dip.
because it's mostly
Keep left
100%
over crest.
like asphalt,
Right
like
6,
just regular
don't cut.
surface streets,
Right 5.
whereas
Finish
like,
to stop.
you know, here we're in
Okay,
dirt.
take it to the control.
Like, I don't know what it is, so. Hit the little side crowd control thingies.
Awesome result. That was unbeatable.
Sure, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, there you go. Now we're significantly further ahead than we were.
Well, car's looking a bit battered, but
It's
essentially
fine. It's fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Keep left over crest.
So,
Crest, jump maybe,
um,
130.
all
Left
that
5,
getting out of the way,
crest, and crest, 80 through dip. Left 5 long.
this is another shorter one, another 4.5 miler. Well, it's a 4.5 miler.
And caution, right 2
Um,
over crest. Into
So
right
I
2,
also, ooh, nope, that was bad. That was also bad.
80
That was
through
really
dip.
bad. Get back on the road, thank you. Well, it's a good thing we have a minute and a half lead over
Right 6,
ish
and left 5
over
over
the
crest.
second place person.
80 through dip.
Speaking of,
Right 5. 80 through dip. Left 5 long. Tightens. Don't cut. Into right 3. Keep right over crest. 80.
okay, 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 okay.
Crest.
That
2.
was terrible.
Right 6. Don't cut. Left 6. Keep right over crest. Don't cut. Right 2.
So, anyway, so what I was going to tell you about today was I was talking about some of these new names we've been seeing in the standings. Because, honestly, they're kind of brand new names. I'm sure they're not completely brand new names. I'm sure some of them have been in other championships, but not at the top. Because normally the people at the top are Jamie and the French guys, and the French guys and girls, and Alvarez and Morton. Those are kind of the names we normally see at the top. With Alvarez often being in second place. Although not in every competition. I mean, Morton, before we started today, was in dead last. It's not great. He's from Australia, so I can't imagine he's feeling great right now. I mean, if Jamie had come in dead last in Michigan, I think she probably would have lost it. A little bit. You know, being from the States. Kind of home turf. So
100 through dip and crest jump maybe 80 through gate 80
anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of them today and some more next week maybe, just because I think some of it's kind of interesting. Today I'm going to talk about Hannah Weber. She is from Germany, and I don't recall ever seeing her named until this competition. Now, the other thing I want to point out is Jamie entered this competition by winning that final competition in the main section of Dirt 4, the main rally. That's the only, because in order to get into the Triple Crown, that's what she had to do. But it's not the only way people got into this competition, because obviously Rousseau didn't win that one, and Martin didn't win that one. None of these guys won that competition. Jamie did. So there are other competitions, other ways to get into this. Like Rousseau had already qualified for this. You know, Jamie had to win that one to qualify. But Rousseau races more than Jamie does. She does. And so she was able to qualify via other tournaments, as did the Hannah Weber. And Hannah is an interesting story because it's eerily similar to Jamie's. It's almost exactly the same, except she's from Germany. She's slightly older than Jamie, and her mother's still alive. And she's an only child, and that's about it. Because like her father worked at a garage the way Jamie's father did. She's 25, Jamie's 23. 24,
opens.
something like that.
Left 3.
I've lost track of time, I'm going to be honest with you.
Into right 4 opens long. Don't cut. 80 through dip.
So she's slightly
Left 5.
younger, slightly older than Jamie. But same as Jamie, really excited to start driving, really excited. The bigger difference, I guess, is that she was able to watch Rally more than just online.
To finish. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down for the marshal.
Wow, that was just a straight shot to the finish. That was actually really cool. I love that ending. That ending. More endings like that. Less endings where it's like a hard left or hard right into the ending.
Hey, we're not really in the mix here.
How? How are we not in the mix? We're a minute and a half ahead. 5th. I mean, we're still first overall, but 5th. Person I was just talking about was disqualified, which is not great news. I'm still going to tell you about her, tell you more about her. I don't know if it's just disqualified from the event or disqualified from everything else. Nope, disqualified. Yeah, just flat out disqualified. Morton retired, so that's... I'm not sure what happened there. I'm going to try and figure out what happened there with the disqualification.
Hey, it doesn't look good, but it's running fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just surprised there's so much dirt given how it's pouring down rain.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, it is pouring down rain.
Leftover crest.
But at least it's not at night, so
Left 5.
I don't know whether or not that's good or bad, if I'm being honest.
Dip
I really don't. I don't know if pouring down rain is better than night.
and crest jump.
I don't think it's better than night, but I don't think it's worse than night stages.
Left 2.
I certainly think my computer will like it better.
Don't cut. And right 4 through gate.
So I still don't 100... Get off the side. I don't know 100% what happened with
100 through dip
um,
and crest jump baby. 100 left
with
5,
Hannah's
into
car.
right 3 over crest,
Something about her
and left
car.
4.
It wasn't like a crash that ended it. You know, that's what happened to the Greek gentleman.
Into left
I think he's
2 over
Greek.
crest, and right 4.
His car slammed.
5
He
long.
slammed right into a tree in the last stage, and that was the end of it. But Hannah's was not it, and they have not publicly said why she's been disqualified, and no one on her team will talk about it. And so the rumors are just right now are just that something was wrong. There was something about her car that the stewards didn't really like. So
Right 3 long. Opens over crests. Dip. Right 5. Left
I don't
5,
know, because it wasn't like,
Left 3 long. Tightens
I
over
mean,
crests. 60.
yeah, I just don't know.
Right 5 long. Caution. Crest. Jump maybe. Right
I don't-
5. 60. Left 5. Into right 3 over crest.
So anyway,
And left 4. Right 5. 60. 80.
but I will
dip,
tell you a little bit more about her
crest,
because it's
and
an
keep
interesting
right over
story.
crest. 110
So,
through dip, 80 through dip.
she,
Crest, and keep
I
right
think
over
that this
crest.
being
110
disqualified
through
thing
dip,
from this
through
event,
gate, crest, dip,
thankfully I
right
think it's just the
over crest,
event.
80
I think
through
she
dip,
still can continue to compete in the championship.
crest,
I don't know for a fact.
6,
We'll see.
and left 5 over crest, 80
But we
through
won't be
dip,
seeing her name anymore. This
left
event.
3,
But she,
and crest,
as I
right
mentioned,
3,
she grew up in Germany, and she grew up loving racing,
crest,
and she's
right
always
4,
wanted to
don't
race.
cut,
Well, she got into this
left 2
tournament
arrows, crest,
by the
right
skin of
3,
her
keep
teeth.
in,
Kind of
don't
like
cut,
Jamie,
into left 5,
actually, if I'm being honest.
right 6,
We won, but barely, right?
dip, left 5 long, tightens,
And
don't
she,
cut, into right 3,
but she hasn't been racing the same races as Jamie. She's been doing other races
don't cut,
in a different league that qualifies her
and
for
left
this
4, 60, right 3,
tournament,
don't cut,
for this championship.
into left 2 long,
Um,
opens,
And so she was working the same way Jamie was
and
working to
turn,
get into the
open,
Triple
hairpin
Crown.
right, 80,
And I am just sucking it up.
left 3, narrows, into right 4,
Oh.
opens long, don't cut, 80
I mean,
through
that
dip,
fifth place thing didn't really hurt us a lot, especially because the person who was in second got disqualified,
and left 3, don't cut,
and the person who was in third place was even further behind us. So we're still like a good minute and a half ahead or more.
and
I don't
left
actually
3,
remember, because I didn't actually do the math. I
and
just
left
kind of looked at the
4,
numbers.
don't cut, 60, left 6,
Anyway,
into
so
right 5, into Left 3, keep in.
But yeah, her story is similar to Jamie's in the sense also that she didn't have a she raced for a team, but her team was owned by the guy who owned Jamie's her father's, not Jamie's father, Hannah's father's garage. That he started essentially. He put this team together for her to race because he saw something in her that she had just a natural talent for rally, and so she was incredibly grateful for that. But like Jamie, eventually, of course, she had a much better relationship with her team than Jamie's ever had with any team she has raced for. With any team she's been hired to race for, she's never had a really good relationship with them because she's never felt comfortable with it. But Hannah, on the other hand, having, someone she's known all her life own her team, she had a great relationship with the team. She helped hire all the other, her best friend, in the same way that Jamie's best friend is, Maggie is Jamie's best friend, and Maggie is Jamie's co-driver. Hannah's best friend is her co-driver. And like I said, their stories are eerily similar, other than the fact that Jamie hasn't been disqualified in this event, and she was. Although, you know what? It's not over yet. I probably shouldn't jinx myself like that. So it's... But she, what happened in her case, in getting into this, was she had a similar 5-event series, and the first 3 events, she just balled. I mean, balled. I think she was 11th overall in the standings, maybe 10th in the standings. But no one was clearly coming out on top. They had a different winner each time, and it was a different, top every time. So, the top 5 were different. But there was no one really consistently dominating the way, Jamie might, or Alvarez might in the events that we've done with Jamie. And so, the last 2 events, she just said, we have nothing to lose. We literally have nothing to lose. And she came out and won both of them, netting her 50 points. She won by 2 points. And she knew going in that if she'd won that final event, she knew going into the final event, if she won it, she'd win the championship. But if she came in second, that was it. There was no hope for her, because it didn't matter, if everyone else did really badly. And in fact, the person who was in first place overall in the tournament was disqualified in that last event too, because he, in the second or third stage, crashed his car, and that's the end of it. You win the event, that's the end of it. Which I think also helped. We'll get right up on the side. That's fine. They want us to do that. Oh, okay, good. Oh. Oh.
Left 5, 110, through dip to finish.
I don't feel good about that one either. But then again, I haven't felt good about most of these stages, and we've only not won once, so.
Awesome result. That was
well, there you go. Back on top where Jamie should be. Okay, so I'm looking at the stage results here, and I'm seeing Hannah in 4th place. So I'm not 100% certain what's going on here. I don't know if she can continue to race. But as you can see, Jamie is still quite very much in the lead. So those are the 3rd, 4th, and 5th stages in Australia in the Triple Crown Rally. Next time, we will finish up Australia, probably. This has been Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more DiRT 4.